Greetings, weary travelers, come, warm yourself by the fire, and let us regale you with mighty tales, tales of adventure, tales of heroism, and of course, tales of Tamriel. I am your host, Arkaniir, and we are back with the episode 267, I think, and I'm joined by, I'm losing track, but I'm joined by two of our great co-hosts, starting with the shameful, the struggled, and the failed LotusOfDoom. How's it going, Lotus?
A lot better now that I'm out of Soothing Summer Grotto, because good lord, the pug that I was in when I was trying to join the call was rough.
You are no longer a legend after the 45 minutes of meltdown you had before the show.
I bring great shame to the show.
Also joining us, the joy of the show, the giggle queen herself, HyperPixie. How's it going, Pixie?
Going fantastic.
Well, that's always good to hear. So, we have an all-new episode. We got news to talk about, and we got tales to tell, and we have experience to grind, because that is now what everybody does in the game, and it's embedded into our brains. Before we get to all that, though, we have a quick to mention. This is not much of a news, but it will be the beginning of a very, very long episode, I will assume, because come March 31st, there will be a Blackwood chapter preview event, where they will be actually showing us a whole bunch of the things that will be coming with the new chapter, and it will trigger a set of events to follow that, all the way until the Blackwood and update 30 on PTS. So on March 31st, there will be Blackwood chapter preview event.
Take a tour of Blackwood?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
On April 1st, there will be an ESO live on Twitch with the Blackwood Zone developer. On April 7, there will be the Blackwood Zone and setting preview article. On April 13, there will be a Renock Monster Deep Dive article, whatever that is. And on April 16, another ESO Live with Companions Developer Deep Dive. Now, this is what I'm most interested in. I really, really want to know the details of Companions. And on April 19, Update 30 comes on PTS. So,
yes, very interesting.
Yeah, the month of April will be several hour episodes for us, I feel like. It's especially the next episode, because March 31st, that's in 2 days, well, 3 days. So next episode, next Saturday, it's gonna be a one hell of an episode, I would feel like, depending on how much information or details they give us. So get ready. Get your coffees
I'm excited.
Start sleeping now, okay?
Stockpile your sleep.
Log.
Yeah, that's how sleep works. Like, if you sleep a lot now,
right,
you don't have to sleep for the next 2 days.
Yeah, you can just give it up later, right?
I can vouch for how healthy it is. Trust me. Yeah. Right. So the other part of news is Elder Scrolls Online's anniversary is right around the corner as well, starting at April 1st. Well, technically the game was released on April 4, but the early access started on March 31st, 2014. So Elder Scrolls Online will be 7 years old. 7 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think there is anything else in life other than like breathing and eating and things like that, like normal biological human functions, that I have done for 7 years nonstop.
7 years.
I never played a game for 7 years. I never maintained a hobby for 7 years. It's like, this is the only thing that I've done for 7 years without actually like taking 5-year break in between.
Yeah, that's such a long time when you think about it.
I feel really old now. Just gonna come out and say.
It also sort of relates to the fact that we're losing track of what number show we're on, because
yes,
the show started right before the game did.
Even before the game Like, it was during the beta phase, I believe,
Right.
Tales of Tamriel started.
Yeah, it was during the beta, so it was like, woo.
I've been a part of this for 250 math episodes. It's
Yeah.
God, yeah, it's been quite a long time, and
Yeah, this has been quite a journey.
and if you think about it, it's still like it hasn't gotten too stagnant in the terms of content. Like we are just getting companions, a whole
We're
new
just getting-
system.
Right, and on top of that, one of the notes is how much everybody is grinding for levels all
Yes,
of a sudden.
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. I'm really happy about that, honestly.
yeah, so there's so much new stuff that just hit, and the player count keeps going up, so it's like, this has been a very long-standing dead game, quote-unquote, so...
18 million accounts, dead game. 7
Yep,
years in 7 years of gameplay time, dead game.
Yeah.
People are living and breathing the game, dead game. It's yeah, it's strange. It's strange. I was a student when I started playing ESO. And that year I actually failed the entire year, I think. So that's a whole
Oh God.
Directly
Wonder if there was
related?
correlation
No,
there.
Not at all. I didn't no life the game while I was having my finals. That's
No.
I was a
this-
responsible adult.
Uh-huh.
This
Exactly.
game is older than my son.
Yeah,
Wow.
that is-
That's another
'Cause he's
perspective.
Yep.
So, but yeah, we are getting a new anniversary event, which is one of the more rewarding events in the game because you get rewards from anything pretty much that you do in the game. Every daily counts, and you get all like motif pages, you get a lot of rewards, double experience again, and you get the best item in the game from the events throughout the years, and that is the Jubilee cake. We've been getting better and better and more intricate cakes over the years. Started with just a base, like 1 layer cake, and then it was for second year, it was 2, 3, 4 layers, and then it got to a red velvet demon cake, and now it's a Deathlands cake, I want to say. It's red. It's 2 layers with the towers in the Deadlands?
Yep.
The Dagon's towers. It has one of those towers in the top of the cake. So Donovan, the cake guy, the cake NPC, that apparently I've seen people now also become really interested in after Lady Thorn and Daddy Dagon. So now it's now it's Donovan. But
again, the thirst doesn't really have a direction in the community.
Yeah.
It just needs to be directed somewhere. It's fine. Whatever works for people.
no, you know why this happened? Because Darien is no longer around. Everyone's thirst was focused on Darien for so many years, and then they pulled Darien out of the picture. So now it's this random haywire thirst going on in the community with no focus.
Yeah, it's just all over the place.
Yeah. Also, it's Donalon. It's not whatever I just said.
Donovan?
Donovan, did I say
there.
Donovan? Yeah, whatever. I forgot what I said
Whatever.
after I read his name. It's like my brain immediately deleted it.
Details.
Details,
One of my
yes.
favorite responses to them showing the new cake was, everybody's like, yo, happy birthday and happy anniversary and all this stuff. And T the Khajiit just had a comment says, why does the cake look like it's trying to kill me?
That is very on point. It does
It
look
really
like that.
is. It's just like a blood cake with a giant death spire. Like,
Now that's for if anyone tries to get to your cake, like steal it, snatch it, you can just grab it, pull it out of the cake, and smack someone with it. That's a weapon
Yep.
right there. That's a defense.
I'm very excited for our group picture this year, as it's going to be a little tricky to make sure that we all have enough of these that everybody can actually put one of the mementos down. We're starting to run low on people that we always line up, but it's like the amount of us who were there at the beginning, we need to make sure that we're still there because we're the only ones with all the starter cakes.
You just need to snatch someone from like one of the cities. Just be like, come here.
Yeah. And you can, theoretically, you can do it without the
Polls
memento
with us
because you can buy
strangers.
them. Yeah.
Actually,
it's
you can't.
fine. Everything.
See, in we are gonna get there, but if you don't have the original memento, you won't be able to purchase the
housing version?
cake furnishing from the
that's neat.
impresario.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, at least that's what it says. I wonder if you can buy them from. Yeah, I don't think you can sell them as players. So yeah, basically what it says is each cake furnishing is available for purchase only if you earn their respective mementos during previous anniversary events. Which, again, I love exclusive things that you have for being around for several years. So I like this. If I was there at the beginning, I want my first basic cake, okay?
The sucky thing is for platform jumpers. So like I've been here since the beginning of console, but couldn't bring it with me. So that kind of sucks.
That's a problem with not having cross save though. That's a whole new problem.
Yeah, that wasn't me complaining about exclusives. That was just saying I wish I could get my exclusives that I did earn just on the right platform now.
Yeah.
Which I guess at this point we can just give me a segment on this. Here's the weekly. Please allow us to have cross save. Get me off the PlayStation Network.
Should.
Yeah, where it's just me saying the exact same thing every single week.
I'm just going to end the shows with, final thoughts on where can people find you. I'll just add, final thoughts on, the cross-save and where can people find you. And just...
Please, 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 please give us cross-save.
You know what I wanted, though? I mean, this is a cool cake and all, but I wanted a 6-layer cake. And then a 7... 8, 9. I basically wanted a cake
like a
of
skyscraper.
Towers or a tower of cakes. Yeah. So,
on the flip side, we get enough of these freaky cakes. Maybe they can start making a crown of the individual cakes on top of the tower of the previous cakes eventually.
Exactly. There you go.
See?
This is all that matters in the game, folks. The cake.
Yeah.
The cake, unlike some other games, is not a lie in Elder Scrolls Online.
This is advanced fashion scrolls. You have your housing, you have your fashion scrolls, and then you reach cake, and that's where it is.
You know what they should do? A community event, like not in game, but like on social medias and everything, and let the community design the next cake, and then vote on it. A community designed cake. See, that would rock. And God knows what our community would actually come up with. It could be really horrendous and a very, very, very bad idea. But I feel like it would be fun.
Yeah, I think that would be a really fun idea. It'd be interesting to see what people think up. You'd end up with a really horrible cake potentially if everybody just wants to be a troll. But
yeah, or you give people creative power with that much thirst, and you're gonna get a real inappropriate cake.
A cake just shaped at the shoulders of Dagon, just two Dagon shoulders.
Just shoulder shrugging all the other characters everybody lusts over.
Well, this event will run from April 1st to April 13th, so it's just short of 2 weeks event. There's of course going to be the double experience. And you can get your Jubilee gift boxes, from every daily that you do in the game. That includes daily crafting writs, Delve and World Boss quests, Alliance War and Battleground quests, Dungeons and Trials quests, and Heist and Sacrament quests. So basically whatever daily that you do, you will get one of these boxes. All of the motifs in the game have a chance to drop from these Anniversary Jubilee gift boxes, which means if you are missing on any motifs, this is a great event and great time to basically fill up all those missing motif chapters. There's going to be the more rare and expensive worm cult motifs. There's going to be furniture recipes. The Jeffrine Paladin weapon and armor style, which I really don't like. And newly getting added into the game, there's gonna be the Imperial Champion weapon style, and my goodness, these things looks beautiful. By default, they are golden design with the ruby of the ruby shape of the Imperial sigil embedded into each and every one of them in one way or the other. The shield looks absolutely amazing. The maul and mace looks amazing. This is a great set. I will definitely be farming for this one. It just looks beautiful.
I love that bow.
Yeah, the bow as well. Alas, none of my character actually uses a bow, so...
I technically have a tune that uses a bow.
Like, I even love the staff, because the staff looks like a spear.
Okay, I was literally about to say that. I was like, oh, spear's confirmed, because that is not a staff. That is just a straight-up spear, and it looks awesome.
Yeah. But this is definitely one of the more amazing-looking weapon styles that got added into the game, because they are in a fancy in a realistic way. So it's not like the opal weapons where they are this weird shiny material and they are glowing. They are just very ornate weapons and shields. It's beautiful. I'm just curious how it paints though, how it dyes, because it's very golden. Like the entire design is based on this golden color. I wonder if we are able to paint it, like if we'll be able to dye it, or if it's gonna keep that golden color because it's part of its style. So it's something we'll have to, I suppose, test. But I definitely want that shield. That shield looks beautiful. It actually
really pretty.
It actually reminds me of. So there is a set from elsewhere. I don't remember. It has a very nice tower type shield, but it has the moons, the cycles of the moon on it.
Yep, I know what you mean.
And
which one is it?
I don't remember at all. Like, I don't remember the name. I remember the shield, but it's a very great design. It has like chains on it and everything. It has this like it's wrapped up in chains. It's a tower shield. It's a great shield, but it has the moon cycles on it, and that means nothing to my characters.
Right.
John and Jode mean absolutely nothing. So so I don't use it, but this one is in a similar style, and it's Imperial, which all of my characters could actually use, because, Imperial is the center of all Tamriel, it works.
Right.
So I'll definitely be farming for this. Hoping that
Lotus needs it since he doesn't have a Nord and he has an Imperial now, so...
Oh yeah, true. How's that going? You traitor.
Well... My traitorness is working out pretty well because I have infinity resources. Now that I know what the hell I'm doing. And the best of all of the things, I get 1% more gold.
Oh, man. That's how you make 10 million.
Best in slot, baby.
Oh, man. Had I known, I would have leveled an Imperial character and became rich.
Yep. Right?
That's why I'm poor. It didn't have anything to do with the fact that I don't do my writs.
No.
Inklings tricked me.
The real trick is just being Imperial.
I'm just gonna message this to Inkling at some point, just to rile him up. Like, you tricked me. Lotus gave me the true secret.
Yep. 1%.
Writs are fake.
Writs are fake.
Okay, so other things that you will get from this event. Every day you'll be able to get 3 event tickets, totaling up to 39, which will be just short of getting a monolith pet and transforming into either a skin or a personality, because you need 45, I believe, total to do that. So this event will add the first 2 fragments of the personality, which is called, let me see here, Deadlands Firewalker. And the next fragment is apparently going to be added in a future event. I assume whatever the next event is, we are going to be able to get that. As usual, you'll be able to buy group repair kits. You'll be able to buy Imperial Champion weapon style pages that we talked about if you don't want to use your tickets on anything else. Obviously, there will be the replica Jubilee cake furnishings, and that's pretty much about it for this event. We are going to be celebrating the 7th year of Elder Scrolls Online with a whole bunch of great new things. And it's going to be just after the Blackwood Preview Event as well. So I don't know if I'll be able to focus on the new year because... Did something happen in one of the rooms?
He just punched his
That would be
microphone.
me. Totally hit my mic.
I'm going to leave that in the show.
Definitely wasn't me hitting that.
So, Lotus, in the pre-show, he was doing a random normal dungeon, and he got so angry and frustrated, he is now punching his microphone.
Yeah, I've just had enough. I'm just throwing things.
Yeah, he's no longer the Lotus that you know. He's
Nope.
angry. He is frustrated.
Rage-filled.
Yeah,
Too much
rage-filled.
relaxing. Yep, too much
No
relaxing dungeon. It's
No
just,
longer
it's
no longer a legend. Just
Yep.
you know,
rage all the time.
disgraced your
I'm
own.
here for it.
But yeah, those are pretty much the news. As I said, next week is going to be interesting because we'll have both the Blackwood Chapter Preview Event and the Zone Developer Preview by the time we record the next episode. So we are going to have two things that we'll probably be deep diving into, and then the articles and stuff will just keep coming after that. So yeah, the month of April is going to be long 2-hour episodes. This will probably be the last short episode that we record in a long time. It's yeah.
Yeah, we're starting to
Silence before the
trudge
storm.
into.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
calm
we're starting
before
to
the
trudge
storm.
into like, okay, the news is going to be the majority of our show.
Yeah.
Well,
oh man, I just realized I
majority,
forgot
quote,
to
unquote.
start recording this, so I'll have to download it off
Oh,
Twitch.
no.
No,
Nailed it.
I'll download it off Twitch. It'll be fine, but yeah. All right, well. Whoops indeed. This is what happens when I don't like sleep deprivate before the show and actually get some sleep like a human being. Things don't go
sorry.
well.
Next time I'll fail more in a pug to try to cover more catastrophes so that the rest of the show will go on.
Yeah, yours wasn't enough. The dumpster
I
fire
didn't-
demanded more fuel, and here we are.
I didn't destroy enough things.
SD puts checklist in chat. I mean, look, that would be too professional of a way of doing things. Okay, this is not how we do things. We do things the Nord way, basically. Not in a way that makes sense, but it's more fun this way. Anyway, Lotus, since we talked about your misfortunes both in ESO and outside of ESO, because I see in your notes that you again have Battle Spire Tales as well, which is only going to be the
Yeah.
frosting on the new cake.
So it is blood colored.
So why don't you go on ahead and start regaling everybody with your misery.
All right. Well, I will start with ESO stuff. For anybody who was there for the pre-show, I guess we can add in the fact that wasn't originally supposed to be a tale, but man, did I have quite a pug experience right before the start of this. Good Lord. You know, I'm happy to run with people who are new. You got to learn somehow, but when you're in a safety circle, this is just a general thing if you're new to the game. This isn't meant to be condescending or anything, but if you're standing next to everybody and there isn't fire, don't then walk away from them into the rest of the level that is fire. And then as your health goes down, explode into ash. That is bad. Don't do that.
Is it though?
It is for us that are alive. So that was, what we cleared it. So, and one of them definitely learned that fire was bad by the end. So progress was made. That was just not what I expected out of a quick, normal pug to get my random daily done before.
This is
the show.
as I said earlier though. This is exactly what you deserved for calling the new dungeon Soothing Summer Grotto instead of its actual name. And yeah, you brought upon yourself. Yeah, you brought upon yourself the wrath of Mike Finnegan.
Yeah.
He was like,
Were you soothed?
He was like, yeah. Oh, you are soothed. You are relaxed in this dungeon. I see how it is. And he just like typed if Lotus, screw him up.
If Lotus, tragic pug.
No, they weren't even actual players. They weren't even pugs. They were just a new companion system AI, just acting like a Lotus, just to grief Lotus. Like it's, they weren't even actual players.
Yep. So let's see. That aside, I have been enjoying double XP from the event. I got a whole bunch of my master writs that I had set aside. I have been popping a 150% scroll and then mass dumping off the master writs. And the best way I can explain it is if you have an inventory's worth, because you can only have one of each type of master writ, like a provisioning one, a clothing one, blah, 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 blah. So I would fill my inventory with as many as I could, so one of each type, and turn them in, and not enlightened, it was giving me like 386,000 XP, which is the equivalent of like a random daily, and then I would just refill my inventory with all the new completed ones, do it again. So on day one, I think I did the equivalent of 6 random dailies worth of experience just on my one character. So that was pretty good. I messed around with this normal Black Rose prison thing that has been all the rage in the community. It's not the most entertaining thing. I've heard rumblings of it getting patched. I don't know if that's true.
I hope not. I still haven't done it.
So, I don't know. It's with 2 people in training gear with the double XP thing and a scroll or a potion, and if you have a Ring of Mara too, that's another 10%. Wow, is it aggressive how much experience you like. I actually kind of don't understand why it's so high. I mean, arenas give you good XP turnout, but me and one of my buddies were running it with the 2 of us because you also get a bonus if you're with only 2 people. He's CP 1590 and I'm 1450. Every 4 waves, we were getting at least 1 CP.
I really should do this.
That's really high for the amount. So like I'm not sure why that's so high by comparison.
I mean, it's probably the thing is it's probably not different than say like Skyreach, Craglorn rotations and things like that. But the thing is, in Black Rose Prison, you don't have to run around and pull everything and gather everything together because everything attacks you anyway, and you just
everything. Yes, everything attacks you very quickly. It's a very confined space, and because of the new feature where you can leave instance, the second the boss pops up for the boss wave, both of you just click leave entrant or leave instance. You pop out front, you reset the instance, you go back in. There's no downtime except that load screen.
I wouldn't be surprised if they patched that part of it. Like
something. It's just like I said, it's totally fine. It's part of the game, so that's whatever. I haven't been grinding it like crazy. Inklings I don't even understand. He's so efficient. So
I think he lives there now. He has like a tent set up in Black Rose Prison.
Definitely. So it's totally fine that it's there, but it would not surprise me if it is adjusted because it is a strong XP gain. So I've done some of that, probably about 2 hours worth, not like a zillion hours worth. But that's fine. I've done some of the Jester's Festival stuff. The new quests are neat that they added those. I always like when they add something new. Sorry. The other thing that I had posted earlier in the week was that I'm really enjoying the new champion point system. I am, like I mentioned, I believe I'm 1451 maybe, somewhere right around there. So I would have been less at the start of the week. But I'm not in this range of being min-maxed, so to speak. But I really enjoy the new system quite a bit. It's just I'm liking it a lot. I feel strong. Some of the groups I've run with have felt strong, and they're not at this, break point type of deal. And we were actually out. It looks like we've been bumped down. We are now second run team, so we'll be 13th because you have 12 people in a run. We went from first in the weekly VMall to second in the weekly VMall because our own guild beat our own guild score.
Oh, wow.
So it was the group that I ran with, a group of them and some others mixed in from guild beat our best guild score. So I was like, damn it, now I'm in second. So, but we really had a great VMall run earlier in the week, which was fun because it was a spur of the moment thing. So it wasn't even like a planned prog or anything like that. So it was a good run. We posted, I don't know, like 135,000 points or something like that. It was a lot of fun. So shout out to Steal Your Score. The only other thing of note was, in terms of maximizing my XP for the event, my character, I posted, married Delta 912s, so we're happily married now.
You were beautiful,
and everybody
Lotus.
got to see my character without my armor, which is probably the first time most people have ever even seen what my character looks like, because whenever I post, hey, check out the new skin, I'm still in my armor and there's nothing you can see about my character.
That one ugly glass armor that you had on since 2015.
Since it was launched.
It's not even painted. It's not even dyed. No, you have like default colors on it.
Yes, it's just glass armor. It's just stock glass armor. It's heavy glass with an ebony helmet, and I have... I changed my weapon, so now I have the Rekindleth axe because I thought that thing looked really cool. And I have Spellbreaker on my back. So, that's just... It's what I always wear. So it was funny just because several people messaged me like, oh my God, that's what your character looks like? I was like, that is what my character looks like because I put him in a pretty dress for the wedding. So...
Yeah, it wasn't a wedding dress. I don't
have a wedding dress.
Well, that was the problem. How do you not have a wedding dress?
I don't know. I had this free one that I'm assuming we got from a login reward or something.
Possible.
I have no idea.
But yeah, for anyone to understand how ugly Lotus's armor looks, you know that default green, like that ugly light green color that armors have? Yeah. Like when you don't dye them?
It's literally malachite. It's just the stock malachite color.
It's, yeah.
Lotus is funny. People love the way my character looks or hate it. There is so many people are like, oh my God, what armor is that? That looks so cool. And other people are like, is that the original glass armor? How are you still in that? It's no medium.
We're just going to call you Booger Boy.
People probably think it's cool because it feels exotic now because no one actually uses it anymore.
That's the thing. It's originally, man, way back in the day, you had to get 10 of the glass fragment pieces from doing your writs, and then you had to get the whatever that stuff was from the Mystic, and you had to it was cost $10,000, and you would mix it together, and when you did that, it would give you a random piece. It was awful. It was awful to get that style.
And there were even outfit style, you couldn't actually put it on your armor either, so you just have to...
Yep.
You were stuck with whatever glass pieces you had, and if you were going to use a different set of armor than the glass ones you have, tough luck.
And also, shout out to Grizz from the community, because my PC character, you can now get it from the Master Writ vendor. He just sells the entire book for 100 Writ vouchers. First thing, along with giving me training gear when I went to PC, he sent me the glass motif book. I was like, yes! So I look exactly the same on PC all over again.
That's amazing.
I hate your character. More so now that it's an Imperial.
Yep. Or on PC, I'm an Argonian, so I have a tail.
Oh. More
I
so
like the Argonian.
Than the Imperial. I actually don't have any problems with Imperials. I just hate it because you used to be a Nord and you switched
Because I used to be a Nord.
Yeah.
This is the first game I've ever... This is actually the first Imperial character I've ever made.
Oh, really? Wow.
I've never had an Imperial in any of the Elder Scrolls games yet. This is new.
I had an Imperial. The first time I played Oblivion, I was an Imperial because
Imperial?
I was like, well, I mean, it takes place in, Cyrodiil, Empire. I guess I become an Imperial. And back then I didn't know the lore or anything like that, so I was like, okay, the game takes place in somewhere called Imperial City.
This seems good.
And this character is called Imperial, and it has more gold.
I like it. Yeah, I always I try to mix up what characters or what races I choose from game to game.
Except Altmers.
Yeah, I've never made an Altmer either.
You should make one. They're
I don't know about
fantastic.
that.
No, it doesn't
They're
feel
great
good.
and magical.
Trust me, it feels very
This
bad.
is the other thing.
It's soul crushing.
It's why I appreciate everybody in our community so much. I left Battlespire up to a vote, and they didn't vote me into Altmer. They did vote you into Altmer for Extra Life Arc, so...
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
I appreciate all of you.
I appreciate them as well for making Ark play at Altmer.
What am I even gonna do this Extra Life marathon? Like, the Guar is done, Elf is done. There's nothing left in
cosplay
Tamriel. No, wow,
The two
no,
banes
God,
of your
jeez.
existence.
Yes,
Holy hell. God, Pixie, no.
figured it out.
No,
That's
no,
what
no,
you
no,
do.
no, 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 no.
That's what you do. Yes.
No,
That's all there's left. You said there's nothing left in Tamriel, so you either need to cosplay a Guar or cosplay
There are
an
things
Altmer.
that I'm willing to do, and then there are things that I would rather
Yep.
stop myself instead.
Or, I was going to say, you just, we reach a certain goal and you alliance shift to the traitorous Dominion.
No, but the poke stick is already AD.
Oh, no, I mean your character.
Oh, God. Well, people
Yeah.
get
You
their...
can alliance shift
People
now.
better get rid of something like $10,000, okay?
Because I don't want any of it.
Yeah. Like if I'm gonna do this and basically
gonna ruin
squish
my
my soul
character.
and dump it into the dumpster so it burns higher, might as well be
That
put
would
to
need
good
to-
use.
Yeah, that would need to be the end of the show because we'd just be at the zenith at that point. So. What was I? Oh, right. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much the extent of my Elder Scrolls stuff as far as I can remember. Which brings me to
My favorite
I
part.
guess my synopsis of Battlespire. Too long didn't read. I'm still on level 2. Perfect. I think it was 3 more hours.
Wow.
Still level 2, I think. So I went through it. So I got past the Creeper Girl, the Lord of the Scamps.
Right.
I got past that mess by finding some. So how can I? It's really awkward to discuss the dialogue in this game because people on stream. Shout out to everybody who's rated into these, and I'm glad to know that my misery is entertaining because several people told me that they actually intended to raid just to say hi and needed to go, and then updated in chat several minutes later, I can't leave. This is just like watching a car accident happen. So, that's fine. Happy to amuse. But I hit on a spider, Daedra, I guess, and it got really into the mating rituals of the Daedra, which I didn't really want the information to at all. But after that discourse, I killed it, and it had a key that I needed. So I had mentioned that I keep getting these sigils of just Daedric letters, and I don't understand what they do, and there's walls just covered by them, and I go up to them and they electrocute me. But it seemed like I needed these sigils of opening or sigils of pass wall or something like that, sigils with a name added on, whereas I kept getting these other sigils. It turns out that having the sigils of the different clans gives you more dialogue with the clan, like they're less likely to jump you, I guess. So that's the benefit of carrying around these useless ones that I don't know what they do. And then if you get the ones that look exactly the same, except they're the door ones,
Oh god.
you can then go through these doors. Like, it disables the barrier. There's no visual difference that I can tell between them. It's just one of them just says that you can... It's like, it's the door one. It's like the sigil of passing or something like that. So I finally got that one and was able to progress somewhat through there. I got past the little creeper and I teleported, but I didn't level up. So one of two things happened. One, the game forgot to give me my level up screen, which I really hope didn't happen because that would be super unfortunate. Or two, I'm still on level 2, which is what I assume is the case. But who knows with this game? I really don't have a good gauge. So I've been roaming around in this new area and looking for Void Guide pieces, which, other than a vague, go find the Void Guide, oh, okay, what's a Void Guide? And then just get out of my face, go get the Void Guide. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, I guess I'll go get the Void Guide now. I've been roaming around finding these little blue chunks. And it looks like if you collect 4 of these chunks of Void Guide, you piece them together, and it opens this, like, slipstream teleporter thing, I guess. I'm working with Daedra, so they're kind of, I guess I'm the bad guy now? I don't really know why, but I don't have an option to not work with them. Yeah?
Remember from Greymoor storyline, there were these void portals that you would use with these void shards.
Oh.
That kind of reminds me of that.
Oh, I wonder if that's what it's based on, actually.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, voids, teleporters, void thingies, that feels pretty much the same concept.
Yeah, maybe it is then. That's actually a pretty good note. I'll actually have to look into that then, because I've been finding... So, I had mentioned before that it was concerning that it seemed like they would hide secrets, or they would hide main quests behind secrets, which just seems mean-spirited at best. And the way I originally found the spider, and also it's related to several of the Void Guides that I've found, to say that there are secrets is like an understatement. Like, you need to just arbitrarily click on walls and maybe it's fake. And hey, maybe the main quest is behind that. I was roaming around in one of the, I guess you'd call them bedrooms. It's just like the quarters there. And there were some bunk beds and there's just a box and like a carpet and like an end table. And at that point I had made the like passing joke, like, I just need to click on everything. So I started just going into rooms and clicking on everything. And as I'm spazzing out clicking on everything, the box at the foot of the bed slides over and there's a Void Guide piece under it. And I'm like, that is mission critical. Why would you do this? Like,
that is awful.
It looks like every other box in the entire game. So my solution is I actually need to click on literally everything if I ever intend to get through this game, because clearly it's just, there was another one, there was a room where there was an unfortunate amount of body parts just strewn on these tables. I have no idea why. But it looked like a lot of hands. So I'm guessing they were just, I don't know, it's hands. People had too many hands. So they took them off and left them on this table. And I was like clicking on the table and I was like, oh, I guess there's nothing in here. And I turn around and there's another table of hands. And I click on that one. And for whatever reason, it levitates up to the ceiling. And underneath it is a secret passageway that I go down, and there's a storeroom full of scamps who said they're afraid of me, and then they attack me. I kill them, and there's a Void Guide piece behind them. So it was mission critical that I find that.
Wow.
I mean, but how did you miss that? I mean, hands. So the desk was telling you to touch, using your hand to touch the desk.
Clearly, yes.
How did you miss that? It's easy.
Yeah, yeah. A round of applause to the developers. Thanks, guys. Like, oh my God.
You have so many hands to do the applause with, though.
That's true. I do have an abundance of hands. So that was like a decent amount of the issue that I had started to solve from before where I didn't know where to go. The only other thing, one of which was just not so much a secret, it was just I missed it, I guess, was on the previous floor, I went behind a set of boxes and I saw a lever. And I was like, how have I never pulled this lever? Like, I've never noticed this lever. I guess I just missed it. And when I tried to pull the lever, it asked me a riddle. Like a riddle door. And I'm like, it's a lever, just pull the lever. Like if the lever's talking back to me, I can ignore it and just pull the like it's a lever. Like you don't need a conversation with the lever. Just pull it. It's a stick. Like a door, okay, it can be enchanted shut. It's a stick. Like I don't. So whatever. I had to answer a riddle, and then I was able to pull. You gotta hurt
the feelings of the stick, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm very
maybe
displeased
it's a
by
sentient stick.
Clearly, it was good. What my question was: the door. Maybe it's inscribed on the door. What was it inscribed on the handle? Where am I reading the riddle? Like,
no, like it's around it, like
on
written
the floor?
around it, like the One Ring.
Okay, see, I was thinking that, like, when I touched it, it started talking to me in, like, a scamp voice or something like that. So, that was a lot of my navigation problems. I died a lot. We'll just fill that in quickly. This was not smooth. There were a couple deaths that I had not saved in a while. There were a couple times where I got stuck in walls, so that didn't go great. I found another Daedra whose skirt was made of a waterfall, I guess. The graphic was really weird and I didn't understand. Yes, it looked like she was made of water. Well, she wasn't. Her clothes were.
I think that was intentional, but...
Yeah, so she was just standing there. She was just a normal-ish looking elf type character, except her blue dress looked like a waterfall. It was just running water. So
imagine if it had a texture with the constantly changing offset. Just
yeah, just that. But that was what she was wearing, and she was very dismissive. And another Daedra doing something, and she made reference to, and I found some in the library, reference to the Daedric artifact Scourge. Which I was like, ooh, okay, this is interesting. And one of the things about Scourge, apparently, is Daedra are unable to touch Scourge because it will throw them into the slipstream of oblivion. And yeah, they're unable to wield it, apparently. I didn't know this. And I'm guessing they don't know this either, because her request was bring me Scourge.
Oh my god.
Sure. I haven't found Scourge yet to give it to her. I don't think that'll probably work out to her advantage, which was the first one that I was like, okay, cool, I have an upper hand in this. If she doesn't know that's going to happen, it'll look like I'm helping, and instead I can chuck her into the void, which is totally fine by me.
Now I understand why there were so many hands. So that she doesn't have to hold the Scourge. She'll just use one of the hands to hold the Scourge. I just
Never
hold
mind.
the hand.
I've been outsmarted. But, like I said, I haven't found Scourge. This made me very concerned about something. I found a couple books and scrolls about Scourge. Clearly, Scourge has some type of long play to this. I've heard that there are a lot of situations where you can dig yourself into a trench that you cannot complete Battlespire. Not looking up what I'm doing in Battlespire to make it a blind run experience, the point of me doing these clueless run-throughs is so that I can experience and try to figure it out as I go. It's way harder that way. I really hope I don't need to wield that, because I'm incapable of anything except hand-to-hand combat.
Oh, God.
If you are required to be able to wield a weapon, and one of my critical weaknesses is I cannot use weapons, I really hope that's not like, oh yeah, fist fighting's great, just make sure you can at least hold one type of weapon. If I can't, That would be very unfortunate.
Is it that you can't hold it? Like, legit can't equip it?
If I try to equip it, it says you cannot equip this.
Oh God.
I don't
Because,
think...
like...
Well, normally I would say they wouldn't do that, but from everything you have
Normally I
already
would
told
too.
us, it does sound like
normally
they
I
would
would think that.
100% do that.
Yeah. So I also can't use medium armor. I can use light or heavy because I was like, I'll just pick 2 because I wanted as many points as I could get out the start. I was like, well, how many different pieces of armor can I have? No problem putting on heavy. I come across medium armor, and if I try to put it on, it just says you are unable to equip this. Weapons, you are unable to equip this. So as long as Scourge is an item that just can be in my inventory, fine. If I ever have to use it, unless it has a special something, I theoretically wouldn't be able to wield it, which is concerning to me now.
I feel like if that happens, we'll have to do an episode with full swearing, like cursing disclosure at the beginning.
I don't, because that, oh my lord. But yeah, so that's where I left off. I was on the search for Scourge down there. I found 3 pieces of the Void Guide. I still need 1 more piece left. I've put them in. It makes a little Pac-Man shape out of them, which is fun. But I need 1 more Void Guide piece, and I also need to find Scourge, and I would hope that you can move on at that point to the next level, but I guess who knows. So yeah, that's where I left off since the last Battlespire. I don't think I've actually progressed. I've just made it farther in the same floor that I was in last time, I guess.
See, I'm curious because was this, 1996? Or
96.
96, right? So back then, there weren't really like a whole lot of online guides, YouTube, where you can actually watch walkthroughs. You couldn't just Google... okay, how do I pass level 2 in Battlespire? How the hell did people go through this if it's this messed up?
Probably exactly like what I'm doing, except having less fun because I don't have people to talk to and chat with. And I assume more computers were thrown out windows if I were to make a guess.
I mean, being able to throw out a window in 96 would have been a feat, considering like you really you really needed a big window for that monitor to go through, but
right, you need a forklift to pick up the CRT as well. But yeah, so I don't know. Too long didn't read. I still don't know.
The longer
what I'm doing.
listening to this, the longer I want to try Arena and Battlespire myself as well.
I have a new respect for Arena after Battlespire.
Like I really, it's I want to resist it because I don't want to do it to myself, but at the same time.
Well, you know what? In the year 2057, when I finish this game, right before the launch of Elder Scrolls 6, what you can do...
That's optimistic, but go ahead.
What you can do is, I think it's like $3 on GOG. You can just join us for the PvP stream that we do. Because once I complete the game...
No. You know why no? Because back in 96, I doubt they had the networking capability to, like, correct for high latency.
As if somehow I would have any concept if I was lagging in this game anyway.
No, imagine how worse it could be. You can already...
That's true.
You already can't jump in the game. Imagine doing that with 250 ping, and in a game that, like... corrections, like network corrections, wasn't a thing at the time. It's
yeah, that's valid. That's very valid. And luckily I'll have UESP and the Imperial Library, all of them helping. They know how to get it up and going, so we're going to get a server going at some point for that stream. But yeah, I'm just going to be more entertained.
Try,
getting it even going, because woof. But yeah, so that's pretty much me since last show. It's been it's a bit of a struggle bus with that whole mess.
I just want, because it wasn't part of your tales, but during the pre-show, it's one of the reasons why we disregarded Lotus's legend status. He made a remark in such a defeated way during his miserable pug Black Drake Villa run. He just went, "Ah, man, I used a potion in a random normal." I was like, he sounded so defeated. I thought you were gonna add that to your tales with how bad you felt for using a potion in a normal dungeon. So
that was ridiculous.
I thought that was gonna be a highlight. I thought that was gonna have a whole section to its own.
That
was defeated. I've never seen anyone
so
feel
wasteful
or sound so ashamed of using a potion in a game. That was like,
that was just so shameful that I needed to do it, because I needed to stand in so much abuse to keep picking up the husks, and it was just, oh my god, I need somebody else do something.
Just wanted to let people know that Lotus here, the petty Lotus here, used a potion in a random normal dungeon. How dare you? We trusted you. We called you legend. We said we couldn't compete with you, and you then
woefully
went
misplaced.
ahead. Yeah, you are.
No, what the? You know what's the challenge that I will not be able to compete with? We'll just do, pug runs, dead last right here, calling it.
I mean, I wouldn't know, man. I still am traumatized by my back in the day Bloodroot Forge and Frostvault veteran pug runs. Each of them took like 9 hours.
Oh my god.
Lord.
Yeah. You guys forgot about that. I spent 11 hours in Frostvault on launch day with pugs. Same with Bloodroot freaking Forge.
I forgot about that.
I'm still that's why I have a innate ability to just resist the misery that comes from pug runs. It's because I've done the worst I could do in that regard, and I traumatized myself so badly that I am now resistant to how bad pugs can be. All right, Pixie, what about you?
All right, so we decided to go in and try Unhallowed Grave hard mode, because that was one that Bard and I didn't have. Kiz wasn't able to be with us this week because he, I guess, had to work night shift. So we brought Braun in with us instead. We didn't quite clear it. We also let him get murdered a lot in Valheim tonight, which was just hysterical. He was bait. That was his job. But he also, during the Unhallowed Grave run, the funniest part of the whole thing was whenever you just see him dodge roll straight into the water and die there. Bard tried to see if he could res him, hopefully it would teleport him up. He just kind of looked over the ledge. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't help you, and walked off. Other than that, it was just gosh, I kept getting hit by all the poop, so just have to try it again. It was a really off night. Also doing a lot of the Jester's Festival dailies, and they added a new quest this year where you have to go fight a giant king boar, which was a really cool quest. So it looked like the giant version of the new pet that you can buy. I don't know how big the actual pet is whenever you preview it, because I didn't preview the pet, but that was just a quick little daily quest, and it does give you your tickets and everything in one of the gold boxes if it's the first one that you do. But I really did enjoy that one. Of course, we get to see the Jester Kings and Queen, and they're always amazing. It was just a really good time this week. And then I was in your stream, Ark, and a few people had commented that we haven't derailed quite as much as we had been previously.
True.
And so this one may not be as rage-induced as Vet Halls of Refrigeration. It's just kind of sad. And I bring you Vet Couch Rest. So, about 7 months ago, I ordered a beautiful brown leather couch with a chase. I was so excited for this freaking couch that we got this amazing deal on, and I have had to wait 7 months. And when we call the store to like check if it's in, the dude is so rude to us. First of all, they never answer their phones. You have to leave a message and hope that they call you back. Second of all, the dude is an asshole whenever he talks to you. So then finally we get the call, hey, your couch is finally in. You can come pick it up now. So then Baker goes with a trailer and picks it up. It's like a 2-hour drive because we moved since ordering the couch. We were expecting the couch back in like November or December. So we thought we were going to have the couch before we moved. So where we were living, it was about 30 minutes away. Now it's 2 hours away. So he went with the trailer to go pick it up. The store employee loads it onto the trailer for him and is like, yep, it's super stable. You guys can go. So they didn't question it. They're like, this guy's only job is to load couches on trailers all day long. So they drive off. They start to go. It's a windy day. All of a sudden, part of the couch, they look back, just lifts and then cartwheels down the freaking road.
No.
The beautiful brown leather couch that I waited 7 freaking months for was in the middle of the fucking road. And part of it is a little bit broken. We've just shoved that part up against the wall, and I'm sitting on this comfy brown leather broken couch that I waited an obscene amount of time for. And it was very bittersweet to see it in my home with the torn leather on the side of it. I love the couch, but I'm very, very sad at how it all went down.
It's just got a couple battle scars. That's all right. It gives it character.
Yeah, it's a klutz. That's what happened.
You are cursed with any furniture. Just don't.
100%.
Just live in a tent. Just craft your own furniture and stuff like that at this point.
Yeah, there you go.
Live the Bosmer life. Just live in a tree, carve into it.
It's just so bad. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. It's just like, I wasn't there whenever it was picked up, but apparently the couch like lifted and then cartwheeled, and like cars had to quickly go around it because it was about to get hit by other cars.
Oh god, yeah, that's...
Yeah, it was in the middle of the highway. So they had to load a couch in the middle of the highway.
This is the best case scenario for what happened as well.
Exactly.
It didn't slam into traffic, causing a massive pileup, also
Right.
blowing up the couch and possibly people's cars.
Right. So it was the chase that ate it. And so the chase is shoved up against the wall. But it's like a chase sectional. So it's like part of the couch. It's like a 2-piece thing. And yeah, that's shoved up against the wall. There's still part of it that you can see from like just looking at the couch. I'm hoping I can fix that with throw blankets so that you don't see the rips as much. But, oh God.
Yeah, don't buy furniture, Pixie. Just at this point.
Yeah. Get a rug. Just get a rug and sleep on that.
I did get a rug, actually. The living room's finally coming together. I'm happy with it, except for the ripped up couch that just decided to launch itself off the back of the trailer.
But how many people died getting the rug into the house? That's the real question.
That actually went pretty smooth, surprisingly, and then the dog immediately threw up on it. So that was...
Okay, so...
Yeah.
Works.
That one
Checks
got
out.
into the... Yeah, so that was the secret boss. Your own dog.
Yep. But, yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for my tales, and I'm just going to go cry now.
Goodness me. Also, wait. When you drive 2 hours, was it in a different city now? Or 2
Yeah.
hours is still within the city limits? Okay.
Oh, it's in a very different city. Like, you have to go through, like, gosh, at least 5 cities. I think it's like 5 cities away, but it's like small. Like some of these are small towns,
right.
So most of them are small towns.
Is it not like a like a franchise type place that you bought the couch from? That has
it's not.
Okay, yeah.
This was like a discount furniture place that like it was some local business out in a town that we used to live very nearby, so it was going to make sense to order it there. Because they told us, hey, you're going to get this in November. It's like, sweet, that's fine. We'll be able to use a new couch at our current house until we move. And then it didn't come until like a few days ago. So.
Right. Because I thought like there's no way I'm driving 2 hours to get something from a different city. So. But yeah, if it's a local business, there isn't. Like, I was wondering if it was something like IKEA or whatever, you could like have them transfer it to a branch in the city, but yeah, if it's a local business,
it was just a local thing. Now, we could have paid whenever we initially bought the couch to have them deliver it, but I mean, like, we just got a trailer and saved ourselves a bunch of money and just assumed whenever they said, okay, you're good, you can go, that they actually loaded it on properly. But apparently that's where we made the mistake. But
crucial error.
Never trust people. That's
yes. Yep.
With anything.
Lesson learned.
Yeah. Well, at least you have it now. So you can sit on the couch and be sad about the couch.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've been doing, actually. I've been sitting on the chase, looking at the rips, and just like silently pouting to myself about what's happened to me and the direction my life has taken in regards to furniture.
I mean, see, look, when I buy up furniture, there is no issues. When Lotus buys a furniture, there is no issues. Both of us are Ebonheart packed, and you are Aldmir Dominion, and I think there's a pattern here. Just saying.
False.
Just saying,
Lotus
just
has a
putting it
messed
out.
up fridge.
I know, my fridge is...
Then
and Ark's just going to blame that on switching to Imperial, so we can already get
that too.
over that.
Yeah. But your ice maker broke while you were in Nord, so that's probably because of the guar.
I see.
Yeah. So just change alliance.
No.
Renounce the guar, and you too shall have proper furniture, fellas. It's fine.
Not gonna happen.
Fine. Then have couches that fly around.
Flying couches for you. Then.
Is the Dominion worth it?
Yes.
Well, I do have some tales as well. So I've been doing relatively speaking, for me, a lot of writs. Basically, I've been logging in every day doing my writs on like 7-ish characters. And I've been doing dailies, which is strange, but I really want the rest of the Cadwell's weapon style pieces as well. I got the great sword so far, but the rest is elusive. Instead, I have 7 million Banner of Jester Festival. I don't know what to do with them. They just keep dropping. I don't know who would do anything with that many banners.
You could build a banner out of banners.
At this point, there's a large amount of them. So yeah, basically doing like random dailies, normals, dungeons, battlegrounds, things like that to get some experience while there's the double XP. I was gonna do my master writs. I realized I don't know a lot of the motifs because up until now, if I didn't like how something looked, I just sold them. And now I can't do most of my master writs. And I was gonna do my alchemy and enchanting master writs, and I thought, I mean, is the experience worth the gold? Because apparently they sell nicely. Except, I guess I overpriced them when I was listing them because I looked at I looked at my guild's listings and put the price based on that. But it hasn't sold yet, so I guess I overpriced it because I put it like 10k, 15k over TTC suggested price. Yeah, I took a risk there, but yeah, I might have to lower the price down. So, but on PC at least, it looks like the alchemy ones are selling for 25k-ish on average. So I'm like, do I want the experience from this or do I want the money from this? And I've decided that I want the money. I want the money instead. I'll do a couple hours extra Black Rose Prison and then get more gold. So yeah, I was doing all this and then On Friday's stream, I started a poll for chat to decide what activity I should do, pretty much knowing what the result would be. Because, you know, I've been setting up goals on Twitch, like sub and bit goals for the supporters, and if it's reached, I let everybody decide what I'm doing, unless it's like a predetermined stream, like our Undaunted progress runs. So I started a poll, and obviously Pokestick immediately got a vote, and my game... Actually, I started the poll, someone voted for Pokestick Adventures, my game immediately crashed, so even the gods of the game doesn't want it, but you guys do, so I don't have much alternatives. So I actually started doing the Pokestick Adventures, which is my, for context. So we did an extra life charity marathon last year, and most of the incentives for me were this time Aldmere Dominion and Altmer related, because I am a very vocal enemy of the Dominions, I guess.
That seems accurate.
Yeah,
that's a good
and people
descriptor.
decided that no. And people decided that it would be a good incentive to make me level an Aldmere Dominion character, play the entire Aldmere Dominion storyline and everything like that. Pixie just broke. So I thought I would set up a very high amount of goals, but thanks to some of the folks like Salus and SD making sure that we immediately reach those goals, meant that I created a character called Arkaniir Pokestick, and I'm now currently going through the Aldmere Dominion storyline.
I'm not gonna lie, the dedication of everybody to help Extra Life and simultaneously grief us into oblivion is quite admirable. Because that was just in regards to last year's Extra Life. That was when I had first met Avron Doodles from the UESP, and UESP raided in, and I forget who it was mentioned that we're only, like, it was like, oh, we're $90 away from Lotus needing to do a 5K while doing Vet Dungeons. At which point, Avron was like, oh, got it. And she just immediately donated $100. I'm like, what is it with the dedication to just making us miserable? I appreciate it, but also, good lord. Like, what are you doing?
It was same with
us?
SD. It was like, I was like, oh, okay, at least it looks like, because it was the final thing, and it was nearing the end. And I was like, okay, at least it looks like I don't have to actually create like an Aldmere Dominion character. I don't know actually which one. Was it the AD story or actual character creation was the final thing? And it was like 400 or something away from the thing. And I was like, okay, I'm safe. There's only just a few hours left. Everybody already donated. And I think it was SD just came in and just like, nope, you do this. And I was like, yeah. I mean, it's for kids. I believe it's cool, but...
That was one of the points where I had recovered from my shift and was watching, and I believe the quote was something along the lines of, you thought you were safe. And then there was a huge donation where it's like, surprise, you'll be doing that. It's like, you're all so generous, so we can't be mad that you're helping this awesome charity.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I've never been so happy to also be so sad.
I had to denounce the Queen for a whole month.
That's true.
Yeah,
that was
great.
Difficult. No.
Actually, one of your speeches was so from the heart. Honestly, there is no way you can convince anyone that wasn't from the heart. It was like you bashed Aldmere Dominion for 5 minutes straight about things I didn't even think of before.
I don't even remember what I said, to be honest with you.
You went all in on that one. I was like, wow, everybody really, like, no one could say that you didn't at least give it your all at the end.
Yeah. Yep. I don't play around whenever it comes to kids. Give the people what they want for the children, even if it hurts me deeply.
Yeah, so you got mentally scarred. Lotus got physically scarred while, like, running 5K... in an awkward angle because
Oh man, my knee. I jammed my knee so many times in that 5K. Which was 5 miles anyways, because we ended up getting City of Ash 2 when we crossed the 3K part. And that's the longest dungeon ever.
So yeah, my journey still continues because I couldn't get... So I started playing it more, and then we started doing prog runs again. But now I'm going back to the Pokestick Adventures, and I picked it back up from where I left. So it was in Elden Root with the king, the Bosmer king, basically, and we uncovered that the ambassador that was assigned well, she was given the task of creating building the Khajiit embassy and things like that, which she kept delaying and creating problems. So we looked into it, and turns out she was a traitor, and she wasn't even working for... Well, she was a traitor to Queen Iran. It wasn't that she was a traitor like she was working for Daggerfall or Ebonheart Pact, but she was working for someone else who wants to be the queen, or... What was it? Right, Prince's wife. Yes.
Yeah.
The wife of the prince that I keep forgetting that I actually iced.
Naaman?
And yeah, I don't remember the name. I just remember that we killed her and the prince is upset. Veiled Inheritance as Pixie, and now Yaz in chat mentioned, yeah. So the prince, even though we've been, doing good stuff, uncovering a traitor that he placed in position and things like that, he's still cold. I mean, it's not my fault his wife was a traitor, it is what it is. Hi, Kin Lady Estre. Thank you, Joe. Yes, the chat to the rescue. So yeah, we uncovered her, we captured her, which she will be transported somewhere, I guess, to be judged. And in the meanwhile, the prince requested that we find a way to use this ancient thing under that giant tree in Elden Root, because apparently that's how Queen Iran proves that she has the divine right to rule Almir Dominion. So because she doesn't have any actual qualities or qualifications to run an empire or an alliance, she needs this ancient device to try and prove everybody that she's good. The problem is no one knows how the thing works except just some people. So there's only one person who can actually use it. There's only one object who can actually power it, and there's only something else that I forgot because I didn't really care too much about it. So initially I decided, okay, let's go and find this person who can actually use this device, right? So we traveled to the south point, which is sort of like southwest of Grathwood, and the entire city is in shambles. Everyone's killing each other in the city, everyone's fighting each other. The captain of the guard there sent in scouts in there, they never returned. And the person we are meant to bring back to Grathwood so she can use the machine says that, okay, everyone's going mad, and there's only one person that I know who is capable of such madness in such a great scale, and that's Sheogorath. And I was like, oh yes! There's finally something in this storyline that I can really enjoy, because Sheogorath, doesn't matter where he is, which storyline he is a part of, Sheogorath is always live. Always really fun, and it's life. So we went into the city. I tried to avoid killing people because they were Imperials apparently. It was an Imperial city, and they were already fighting each other. So we made our way through the rubbles and through the enemies, and realized that the mayor was turned by Sheogorath. Apparently, the mayor is a very loser guy who got very upset that no one was listening to him and that no one was respecting him. So he made a deal with Sheogorath. And he was also, I mean, no wonder. If you think that Sheogorath is going to give you what you want, you are stupid. He's just gonna play games with you.
Yeah, that's certainly a choice to make in the grand scheme of things.
So we confront the mayor of the city who is in deal with Sheogorath. And suddenly, as it turns out, Sheogorath pops up. And Sheogorath pops up from the lady that I've been hanging out with all this time, solving this crime, because that's what he does. He had apparently possessed her and was tricking me into having some fun, you know, getting me to play the hero so the mayor could fight me and, you know, doing his theatrical actions as usual. So that was a lot of fun. We killed the mayor, and that's where I left the quest line at, because it was getting pretty late. But yeah, I'm happy to see Sheogorath is there. So now I have to figure out 2 other things to make this ancient machine work. So Queen Iran proves to people that she is qualified for the job, however that works. I mean, I don't think that's a basis for an empire, but or ruling an alliance. But you know, Aldmeri Dominion doing the things their way. It's just saying. I mean, it makes sense. I see that you are sort of face-palming, Pixie, but a leader should be qualified by their actions and their deeds, not by some ancient machine that only one person knows how to use. That's a very exploitable system. So can I just pay this person to use this device and declare that I am the divine ruler of Aldmeri Dominion then? Is that how it works?
No.
Or just kidnap their family and just make them use this machine and say that, okay, there you go, the machine works, so I'm the divine ruler now. This is a very exploitable system to an alliance, to a faction.
But is the person controlling it actually the one choosing who it picks, or do they just turn it on and then it picks the person?
I mean, it's a machine that only one person knows how to use. So who knows? Maybe that person just tinkers with it in a way that it points to the correct people. The
I'm
people
so
he
excited
wants.
for you to get to the conclusion of this quest, because I loved this quest.
And the only one person who can use this device, who seemingly selects the divine ruler of Aldmeri Dominion, was just possessed by Sheogorath. How do you know she is not still in control of Sheogorath? For all I know, Sheogorath might be ruling Aldmeri Dominion, which, if you think about it, is not that bad. That would be one fun alliance. But we are talking about selecting the divine ruler for Aldmeri Dominion using a person who was just possessed by Sheogorath. And that's the only person who actually knows how this machine works. So there is no one else who can be like, you know, that doesn't look right, because no one knows. That's like
You have to promise me to finish this quest by next show.
Oh, I will. So Monday we'll probably do dungeons, but Tuesday I will probably finish the quest line.
Amazing. Because this is one of there were actually quite a few AD quests that I thought were either very creative and different. You haven't gotten to my favorite one yet, mechanics-wise, because it's something that I really wish they would do more of in the game, because it's totally different than almost anything else, period. Which I assume you'll recognize it when you get there. But and there's a couple other weird ones that had like unique mechanics that you don't see otherwise. But this one is just like, oh man, I loved some of the conclusions to some of the things. I'm like, well, I didn't see that coming. So this was one of my favorite just storyline quests with this ridiculous machine thing. I was like, what is happening with all of this?
Exactly, yeah. What is happening with all of this? This is not a base for a system. I don't know. I'll finish it on Tuesday most likely, and we'll see how this weird machine thing works. It's powered by alate stones as well, so that's already a doomed idea. But yeah, I mean, if it proves to everyone that Iran, the incompetent, is a good ruler and Aldmeri Dominion follows her, to their eventual demise in Third Era, it works. And that's probably exactly what happened, so...
I run the incompetent.
How dare you disrespect Queen Irene in that manner? How dare you?
Look,
You said yourself that she is familiar and kind. How could you speak so poorly of her?
look, that was 2014. That was before I actually got to learn and see all the characters, how they were. Back then, she was just like an Altmer that was trying not to be racist. And I was like, okay, that's new, because I had just played Skyrim. And I was like, well, that's new, okay. She is more relatable than every other racist, arrogant prick out there. But back then, I didn't know she was this incompetent. Her incompetence, her not being a racist doesn't change the fact that she's incompetent. They're mutually.
I want the end of this saga to be just like at the very end, you just be like, you know what, Queen Irene is all right. That's how this whole saga ends.
Same.
Like, you know what?
I mean, if she proves some sort of competence, maybe. But at the moment, having to prove that she's a good ruler using a device that only one person knows how to use is not a good sign, Lotus.
Look, I didn't say we were gonna get there. I was just saying it would be a funny conclusion.
I mean, she had to get confirmation from like dead Altmer spirits. Now she needs the confirmation of this ancient machine. Things are not looking good. And so Norscan in chat mentioned
just the
that
rituals.
Right, yeah. Norscan in chat mentioned, like, what about Skald King? Well, Skald King actually got to being a leader because people really forced him into it. Like, people really wanted Skald King. That's how he became the king. Dude doesn't even want to be the king, which is why I don't support Skald King on the Ruby throne, because he doesn't even want it. He explicitly says that he actually doesn't want to be the Emperor of Tamriel, but Skyrim demanded that he would, lead them in battle. And then he also had to fight and kill his own brother, who was causing trouble. So I say he's pretty qualified to be a ruler because people demanded him to be. And then you look at Queen Irene, she's doing all sorts of weird-ass things, trying to prove to people that she's the rightful ruler. And then, again, I agree with Yaz in chat, with the best leader being the Emmerich, in my opinion. He is a full-on, he is the only one out of the three that has the full grasp of politics that an emperor would require, like the politics knowledge, the shenanigans, the the trickster stuff, as well as he's a solid commander in battle. He's been in the field with his army all the time. So, yeah.
He's a jerk, though.
Well, he freed up Black Drake Villa by killing Durkarok, the Black Drake, I guess.
Has any emperor not been a jerk at any point? That comes with being an emperor.
Uriel Septim seemed pretty nice. He was really sweet to me at the beginning of Oblivion before he met his untimely demise.
if you look at the details of the Septim dynasty,
yeah,
they weren't all that good people.
I'm just talking about the one whenever he talked to me. Emmerich is a dick to me. That guy is nice to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we saw him for 5 minutes before he got murdered.
Yeah, I saw Emmerich for 5 minutes and he was mean to me in that time, so...
I don't know. Emmerich is definitely... sounds, in my opinion, is the best qualified to be the emperor. The problem is, he doesn't have much long to live.
Based on the timeline of Elder Scrolls, best case scenario, he's got a pretty short reign.
Yeah, he's got a few more years in him, unfortunately.
Yeah,
so
at best.
But yeah, so that's my poke stick tales as usual. A bit salty, mostly logical, and we'll see how this Irene trying to prove her worth by using a machine will turn out in the next episode of Tales, when I won't go through that quest line. But again, going back to my original poke stick tales, my respect for Bosmer are still growing, because they they are really good at throwing shades on Altmers as well. They're like, we share a lot of common views on the Altmeri society with Bosmer. So I'm liking them more and more. But we'll see where that goes. And that brings me to end off my tales as well. Let's see if we skipped anything. Yeah, we did it.
I was going to say, we did it, everybody.
It was a rather short episode.
I was going to say, this is downright condensed for us.
Yeah. We went into it very fast. It's like we skipped a section at some point. That's what I feel like. We didn't. That's our show outline, like introduction and then news. Yep. But we normally ramble on for like 30 minutes between introduction and news before we can get to the news.
It was a short 2 hours this week. It's
yeah. But yeah, as we mentioned earlier, this is all we are putting the rambling engines to the rest for the next month and next week when we have an insane amount of Blackwood news. I almost said Blackwake. I keep giving it different names. Black Tour, Black Wake,
Yep.
Soothing Summer Grotto.
Yeah. Soothing Summer Grotto. It's fine. It's all the same.
But yeah, next week, starting next week, we should have a lot of news and a lot of derailing to follow them with. So yeah. All right, Lotus. Any final thoughts on the cross-saving?
I was going to say, ZOS, Microsoft, Bethesda, whoever has control over this with your magical dev powers, please allow cross-save, because, God damn it, I want cross-save. And that's been cross-save talk for this week.
Actually, you lost your cross-save privileges with that potion that you used in the random normal.
Oh no, that was the potion. That was my final potion of potential cross-save.
Now everyone else will get cross-save, but you won't because you disgraced yourself with using a potion in a random normal dungeon.
Sadness.
That 200 gold waste that you just used is now you lost.
Well, just because it was the free login potion still doesn't mean that I want to squander. Like, I would rather accidentally press it when thinking I was taking out, like, my Khajiit merchant or something like that. But to intentionally do it to have to keep rezzing people while standing in fire was just shameful.
It doesn't matter.
So.
Yeah.
It's my eternal...
Matagon. Yes, even Matagon is
true.
Now ashamed of you. He's ashamed that he's friends with you. It's gone. You are... This community
Maddie just disowned me in chat. Tough but fair.
All right, where can people find you?
But if you want to watch my potion squandering at any point, I am LotusOfDoom over on Twitch. You can also find me on Twitter. And also on Thursdays at 9 p.m. I've been trying to get better at actually, like... mentioning things that I do, especially if they're on any type of schedule. Me and Robots Radio record the Elder Scrolls Lorecast over at Robots Radio on Twitch or on any of your podcatchers. It's a weekly show we do, doing kind of like an overview of different lore segments and stuff like that. More of a focused one, and we actually stick to an hour as opposed to our nebulous time frame we use here. So feel free to check us out over there if you're interested in the lore side of things.
Well, we'll see Robots if he still has you on the show after hearing about what you've done.
Most likely that will have been my last show, this previous one. But you should still check him out.
All right, and Pixie.
You can find me at twitch.tv/HyperPixie Gaming or on Twitter at HyperPixie Games.
You paused there for a second, and for a second I thought you were about to forget
my own
your
name for a second.
It was like, you can find me at twitch.tv.
Twitch.pixie.hyper.
You can find me anywhere that is Arkaniir, ARKHANIIR. It's a made-up name, so if you see it, it should be me. Our Twitch address now is Arkaniir's Quest instead of twitch.tv/DungeonCrawlerNetwork. But everything else regarding to the podcast remains the same. You can find it at all of the usual address that you always found it on: Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcast, Stitcher, Player FM, and more platforms that I don't even know about. But if you want to catch us live, you can do so at Arkaniir's Quest on Twitch. And you can follow everything we do over at dungeoncrawlernetwork.com. There you can find links to all of our social media, including Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Discord. Be sure to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/dungeoncrawlernetwork if you want to help support the show. It greatly helps. And you can consider leaving us a 5-star review on iTunes so people know that we are a real podcast, that we say real words, and on occasion, sometimes, especially whenever we are bashing Almere Dominion, they matter. Thank you all so very much for joining on this episode of Tales of Tamriel, and we will see you all next week. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
See you later.
When Akatosh slew Lorcan, he ripped his heart right out. He hurled it across Tamriel, and the heart was heard to shout, red diamond, the heart and soul of men. Red diamond, protect us till the end. The laughing heart sprayed blood afar, a gout on Seer it fell, and like a dart shot to its mark down in an alien well. Magicka fused the Lorcan blood to crystal red and strong. Then wild elves cut and polished it down to Chimel at a ball. Red diamond, the heart and soul of men. Red diamond, protect us till the end. When elves lost Nirn to men, Akatosh gave the stone to Saint Alesh in token of her right to sit the throne. Red diamond, the heart and soul of men. Red diamond, protect us till the end. Red diamond, protect us till the end.